Play here, fight week, days away from the fight itself. Mentally, physically, how do you feel?
I feel amazing. Just 5 days and this fight will be.
How are you training for the power of Better Beef?
You know, many times people ask me how you gonna, what you gonna change for this opponent, what you gonna change for that opponent. Most of the times I was working on my good skills. You know, I cannot add something new. I can only improve my skills. It will be better. And this is my recommendation for all the fighters. You don't need to change too much something, and you need to improve your good skills.
So, in terms of skills, what do you think is your strongest skill heading into?
He has a good punch. He's strong. He's really strong. He's good in endurance. Endurance. Yeah, and he's pressure a lot. And of course, to get used to these things, sparring partners helps.
Last question.
You asked about his skills, right?
Yeah.
And about комплектовые тоже.
You ask about my skills also, or about his?
Both.
My skills, everybody knows if they watch my fights. I like to use the jab. I like to move.
Last question. Age factor. How does that play in this fight? In terms of his age versus your age?
I'm not thinking too much about age factor because now we're in different century where the medicine is good. We have a lot of knowledge about how to keep your health as long as you can. Good food, good nutrition, and it's not the main thing which I'm worried about or which I take it as advantage. It doesn't matter. He showed his good skills and still good skills in his last fights.
All right. So, what would it mean for you to become undisputed?
It means a lot. It's like a final step to in my journey. I had this dream when I moved to pro from amateur boxing, and I had this, and now I have this chance.
For you, like, what means more to you? A win over Better Beef or beating Canelo?
Of course, it's not about personality, it's about belts. Of course, fighting for the belts, it's much more meaningful for me, for my to be marked in the history. It's a lot. Of course, it's much more meaningful. About plan, usually we are not talking about our plans, but generally my plan is to be a winner of this fight and to be the best version of Dmitry Bivol.
Okay. How did you prepare for this trip?
I had a long trip for preparing to this fight. We had 2 training camps. Physically we prepared around 3 months, but mentally I was preparing to this fight all my career. I like how Saudi Arabia treating fighters, treating athletes, treating all my team. Where I really appreciate for everything. It's high level. You know, I turned pro when I was 23 years ago. It was 2014, and now for 10 years I have 22 or 23 fights. It's not a lot, but it's not less, because on my 7th fight I already had a title fight, and when you have a title fight, then your fights a little bit less. I have a lot of fights for 12 rounds. This is why.